T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone! Right now we're reviewing Voltron Legendary Defender. The legendary metallic lions right here, and the legendary metallic Voltron Defender of the universe. But anywho, y'all probably seen these. I'm gonna just run through them really quickly. They are very tiny, very cute. I love them. They're basically the same thing as the bigger all plastic versions that came with more weapons and accessories and whatnot, but they are smaller and they have die cast. The whole body, this right here and right there, that's all die cast metal. Everything else is plastic. Now on my camera, these colors look very different, but to the naked eye they look close to the same. Now this right here, this green down here is noticeably darker than the green up here on the top, on the painted part and the regular plastic part. I don't mind that much. This line right here does come with an accessory. You can put it back here if you want, but when it's in this lion mode right here, it's supposed to be up there. It has a lot of detail in paint, but I believe there should be more different paints on this body part right here, but they cheaped out right there. It's decent for what it is. For the cost, I think they could have had more paint. It has a spring-loaded mouth right here. The upper teeth aren't painted, as you can see, but there you are with that. Yellow lion. It almost looked like, you can't see the eyes, but the eyes are a different shade of yellow. The foot lions, the yellow and blue ones, can actually open their mouth and keep it open like that, which is cool. Same underbite and whatnot. Look at his details. And like I said on camera, these colors are noticeably different from the painted area, but in person and under different lights, I didn't even notice the paint difference that much. But same deal. All of this is die cast. There are like no screw marks or anything in any of them. You don't see how this is put together. It's almost like it's one piece, but I know they had to mold it separately some type of way. Black lion. Black lion feels probably the cheapest, oddly enough. These feel awesome, the limb lions, but this one feels a little bit more plasticky and cheap, even though I believe all of this is die cast just like the rest of the lions. He has nice details. I like it. Unlike the bigger lion, when you start opening the mouth, you see the face because it's not two separate pieces, so you can only open it like halfway if you want it. Unfortunately, the ears don't transform. He had to make the most sacrifices. One thing this figure did gain over the bigger lion is the shoulders rotate all the way around without stopping because there is no electronic gimmick right there. But that's what you're working with him. Blue lion. I love the blue lion probably the most. I feel like it has the least amount of sacrifices as far as paint job and whatnot. And it just looks so good. That's what you're working with there. Red lion, just like the green lion. I feel like there should have been more paint right there. Like, in fact, I think there is detail there, but they didn't put any of it there. But what it does have does look nice, and I like it. Same deal. Articulation for the arms. I'm not going to do the green one because it's exactly the same. Tail can rotate right there. It's flexible plastic. Leg bends here, 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 and the ankles are tight on all of them, which is good. And this shoulder moves. Unfortunately, these tend to move at the same time. They can move separate, just to show you. It's not really connected, but when you do move it, they do tend to move at the same time. bends here and there, very tight. Head rotates, mouth opens up, I showed that, and this rotates, and it can rock back and forth here. So quite poseable on the arm lions. Same articulation on the legs, even though they form something completely different. All the same articulation, don't need to even go into that. Thing that's different is it can shimmy a little bit left and right, a little bit. Can look down and can definitely look up. The neck can sink in if you want that kind of look that doesn't look right. This makes the proportions a little bit better. And I showed that the mouth can open. Tail, same deal. Black lion, besides that shoulder bit, it bends here, bends here, and at the ankle. Bends there, here, here, and at the ankle. Plus, as like this rotation here, and the back legs can hinge out right there. The neck can actually go up and down, and the mouth can open a little bit like I was showing, but that reveals the face. One downgrade this thing has is the wings can only rotate this way and hinge up like that. They can't flare out to the side, which unfortunately in the packaging they deceive you a lot by having the wings behind them like that, lying to you, and that's disgraceful to me, to be honest. Another thing that's bad is this hollowness like that. That's a mess right there. I don't like that right there. And unfortunately, the neck still doesn't rotate at all. If you were even wondering that, you should have probably already knew. The tail is not as pliable as the others, but it can go up and down like this. Here's something weird or something cool that I discovered. These holes in the back of his legs are like 5mm ports right there, so you could put Transformers weapons in there. I mentioned Transformers. This is how tall they are next to a deluxe class Transformer, so as you can see, they are pretty small. The only accessory they come with besides this shield right here is the sword, and there's nowhere to store it while they're in their little lion mode, so that's a complete afterthought right there. An afterthought as far as the bigger one as well. Transformation to limb mode. Pretty much for all of the limbs, you have to shove the tail up into their bodies until it doesn't move anymore. Same thing for all of their legs right here, their rear hind legs. Just bend them up into this orientation right there. And for this yellow line, you have to slide this back. Push the head in, put it like that. And one thing that's different between these lions and the bigger legendary lions, you can actually squeeze, like bend this back like this and squeeze these shoulders in, pretty much keeping them in place. And I really like that. And like I said, these ankles right here are very tight, so that makes them work better as heel spur with you being able to click that in right there. So now here's the leg. The blue lion transforms exactly the same way. The only difference with the blue lion is you have to lift this red thing up instead of shifting that yellow thing back that's on the yellow lion. Arm lions, like I just said, shove that up into there like that and shove the tail into the body. You'll have varying degrees of success with these tails, but there you go with that. Lift the back up all the way, hinge the arms up into this orientation right here, but before you start shoving, you need to squeeze them in, and this thing right there is very loose. You need to bend these feet up like that. Now we can squeeze them together and hopefully underneath of this metal opening. Now we can start rotating these down into the body, and it needs to be flushed down like that. Now we can shut this and pull the little connector out right here. When you first pull this up, it'll stop right there. And it feels scary, but yes, it does bend all the way up. But we just need it to be in that orientation. Green Lion has the same transformation as the Red Lion, except you need to take this off and then reattach it here when you're done. Black Lion, basically you bring the legs down, straighten them completely out. Just like you have done since the frickin' 80s. Lift this panel up on both sides. Take this foot and shove it into the body. Or shove it into the shoulder cavity. Shut that. Bring this like this in this orientation. Form the head right here. And now you are good to go. Combining the legs. There's a trap door right here. These take a lot more force than the bigger lion right there. You need to push that down with some force until this is into this orientation right there, and it's not easy to just come off. If you don't have it right, it'll just fall off. Same thing for the other leg. Arms, both arms are keyed specifically to fit on one side, so you can't put the green lion on the other side, unfortunately, if you want to mix and match. Now shove that into there, shove this into here, and bam, you have formed the legendary Metal Voltron. Let's bring the deluxe transformer out here before I forget to do a size comparison, but there you are with that. He's not very tall. He's only about roughly 7-8 inches tall. His proportions are the same as the giant 16-inch version. So you know what to expect. And basically the articulation is exactly the same, except the arms can go all the way around like this if you want. So if that's useful to you, then there you go with that. Unfortunately, one thing I don't like I mentioned, the wings. You can't fold or rotate the wings out into a way where you can see these, and that is very unfortunate. One thing I did or figured out to get around that is to just put the wings out like this, which is cool. It looks very nice. It feels nice due to the die cast, and basically just standing here, can't complain too much. Articulation, the thing that really kills me, and I can't believe they didn't fix it with this guy after everybody complained, every single reviewer complained, and they still didn't give it neck rotation. It can do this action right here, but it can't rotate left or right. It can look up, which is cool, but that's all you get up there. Shoulders go out that far, but the way the arms are designed, it's still going to be angled down a little bit. I mean, you can rotate the shoulders in such a way where it won't really matter. Now they're still going out to the side. And when you do, one design point that's still carried over that's unfortunate is this actually rotates. That's not actually supposed to rotate. They should have designed this little cylindrical thing to rotate in there, but they didn't. It has bicep swivel and it has an elbow joint that bends that much but bumps into the leg. But if you move the leg in, it can bend in way less than 90 degrees. The head rotates like a wrist rotation and the hand open. The legs kick up pretty high. They kick back very far. They spread out this much. Thigh rotation. These thighs rotate all the way around. And the knee bends that much, but you can use this joint as a double joint, which is very cool. And then it has a slight ankle pivot with these heads, so that's cool right there. To give you a full look, here is the sword. It's only painted on the laser energy part on both sides. If you open a green or red lion's mouth, it can fit in right there, but Supposed to go in the red lion's mouth because he has the shield over here, so that completes that look. If you try and you have patience, you can get him into a decent pose. Unfortunately, it does not have waist rotation. That's another thing I forgot to mention. I don't know why they didn't add that. I just knew with this one, because it doesn't have any electronics in it, I knew they were going to put a waist joint, and I knew they were going to put a neck joint or neck rotation, but they didn't. I don't know why. There's no excuse for that. But from the waist down, he is excellent, from the hips down, excellent leg articulation. I wish the head could go up for a toe tilt up. They can still do this stuff like he did in the original cartoon, like when he formed Voltron, or when they formed Voltron. The arms, I do wish the elbows bent a little bit more. And definitely, like I keep mentioning, the neck. The neck is the real killer. Because like you can do a cool pose, but maybe you want the hand to be over here doing something like that, but you can't make the head look over there. That is very frustrating. So, end of the day, I got this thing pretty much free. So, thank you, Derek Gigastorm. I'm satisfied with it. But if you pay full price for this and you are an adult collector and you like posing toys, this thing will be frustrating. If you paid for it full price and you don't give a crap about posing Voltron, you will love this. If you just want some metal shiny looking lions, you'll be satisfied, because these things are great separately. But this is definitely made or geared more towards little kids or younger kids than it is adults. And for a younger kid, maybe somewhere between 6 and 8 years old, this would be freaking awesome. They probably have the same problems I'm having, but it would be awesome for a younger person. To show you, because the bigger lions have problems with this, with enough force, you can't just pop this off. It's not impossible. And you do have to use a lot of force to get the legs off. But I just wanted to make sure that I showed that off. And as I've been playing with this, I've been noticing little flakes of paint on my little review area. I'm not sure exactly where that's coming from, but one of my friends, Nate Simmons, told me that his diecast started flaking all over the place. But I don't know how rough he is with this thing. But, I would wait personally for this thing to get on clearance. I would love to paying less than $50. I think you'll be okay with this. But, anyhow, it's decent. I can't say it's horrible, but it's definitely not the best. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. Let me know by liking, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.